We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And in recent seasons, he's really elevated his game and become one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL when he's out there leading his squad. He completed over 72% of his passes last season, which led the league, and he's looking to be even better in this season.
Tua to throw right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 75 yards. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. But number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And they'll begin by running the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. I mean, less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Shifts by him. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, the Dolphins headed back out, and this, of course, the second game this weekend to feature a team wearing the new NFL Rivalries uniforms. The Dolphins are in their Dark Waters jerseys. It is a good look. Very dark blue, kind of highlighting the speed that this offense generally runs at. They'll run here with a rookie. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Second and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down.
The Ravens' 35-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Achane gets it from the gun. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, that'll lead to a 2nd down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Henry up the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Tyrell Dodson, the one to bring him down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Ravens.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up first and goal.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Jackson, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. of the Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set for this next possession. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Tua going to throw. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Up the middle, H.M. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
In motion is Westbrook-Ikhine. On first down, back to H.M. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Travis Jones makes a tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a toss right side. H.M. with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge. No place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Ravens 10.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment it revealed itself.
A 1st down carry for Henry.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The drive starts with a run from H.M.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now Tua.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
Well, there was a 42, making a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He will kiss it on the ground.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. To throw is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Baltimore, first down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Ravens.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 33. Inside handoff, Henry. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 24 now, here's second and a yard.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Again to Henry. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3. Jackson options out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened them up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Luke now for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw out play action. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And the slot man goes in motion left. We'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
That is caught, and he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to pass to him. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Wester on the return. That'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Ravens taking the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll
he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Now a 2nd and 6. And a busy night for Henry continues. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Jackson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I guarantee it's not going to stop this quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Tyler Luke now to try the field goal from 28 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. In motion is Westbrook-Akina. To a fast pass outside complete.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 3. Running right, here's Achane. Oh, what a move. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
To the sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch,
And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go. Achane. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
1st down. A gain of 12. And the Ravens 1st down.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 41, here's a second down and 6. Running from the gun with Henry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that will be incomplete. Pretty good coverage there from Jordan Brooks.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
No gain on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Two are going to tap this forward on a jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Dolphins first down. First down and goal to go.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Mike Green, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact, but that time they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Patterson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for him.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
They'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
106 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Jackson now.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Play action, now it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the 2nd half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the 1st, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Achane on the counter. Down at the 25.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So good decision there by Mike McDaniel to throw that challenge flag. They rule in his favor. Patterson now for the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game at 27.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. Gets around him. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They're looking deep here for Flowers. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers with his second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. On his loop for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 8. Tua going to throw. They'll get that one complete to Connor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. In motion is Washington. Now Tua going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second and 3. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Tua. He'll try to pick it up himself. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
No gain on the play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Patterson's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And a Raven 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Miami set to take over. And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to pass. Tua. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Trenton Simpson,
His 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
the visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
Look at the big man rumble. Mark Andrews.
All the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Andrews, 65 yards. And the Ravens used the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd down and 6 now. Back to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trenton Simpson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The visitors' offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. One across the 40. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a Ravens 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
2 yards to go, second down. First carry now for Justice Hill.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. A gain of 22
Well,
yards.
another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson. And CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? Well, Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in a season as the top running backs in the league.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. From the gun, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Dolphins 30.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Tua. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to launch it for Washington. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw is Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Hill will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Luke now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result was the touchdown run by Justice Hill. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And hang on here, we got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Achane not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Tua sets up to pass it. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From South Florida, good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. And more importantly, share it with your friends.